Good morning, Steph. Here's your machine, the Breville Barista Express BES870 in black. As per the description and the photos, the machine is in fairly good condition. I would rate it a 7.5 out of 10. It's got the regular wear and tear, the usual scratches here around the drip tray. That's gonna happen eventually from use, to be honest. Some light scratches here and one here. Honestly, nothing too bad, and the damage is pretty much on the external. It's fully functional and it's been serviced, descaled, back flushed, and the grinder realigned. So I'm making this video just to show you that the machine is in fully functional order and to show you how to make a latte if you didn't know how to already. So the machine is turned on and it's up to temperature now, but just to warm it up some more, I like to run a blank shot. So that's pressing the 2-cup button without any coffee in the handle, just to run hot water through the system and also warm up the cup here as well. So focus here. You also fill it up with some beans. You can do this step once or twice just to warm things up some more. It's really up to you. One time is sufficient though. You can also use the hot water tap right here to warm up your cups, or for example if you want to make tea or make an Americano, long black coffee. I'm going to give you pure hot water straight from the boiler. I'm going to keep my cup on the side for now. And I'm going to start grinding. So I want the portafilter to be empty. I'm going to use a tissue or a towel to wipe it dry. This is a 2-cup single wall basket, which takes 18 grams of ground coffee. So that's what I'm going to aim for. So I recommend having a scale to kind of do this calibration and alignment when you first get the machine. But if you don't have a scale, that's fine. I'll teach you how to do it by eye. Grind size at the moment is at number 6. It should be fine enough for this bean, but we'll have to test it out. Maybe let's go number 4. Okay, let's keep it at number 4 for now. Number 1 being the finest on this setting, but there's also actually an internal setting you can adjust to make it 1 notch finer. So if you run out of numbers, you can always update the number on the internal burr. Yeah, and this is a grind amount setting. So the grind size is how coarse the coffee will come out. We want it to be fine enough to give water resistance, but not too fine to restrict flow, and not too coarse, because if it's too coarse, water will just flow through really quickly and it would be a bad coffee. So it's sort of like you have to hit the golden ratio of the right grind size for this bean. This is the grind amount, so this is how much coffee the machine will give us. You can select a double quantity or a single quantity. Although this is a double basket, I like to keep it on single and do the grinding in 2 steps, because I can gauge the weight halfway and also press it down. It'll be a little bit less of a mess if I do it this way. Okay, it's my first dose. Let's press it down and check. And that's 8.7 grams, perfect. I'm aiming for about 9 grams times 2. So 18 total, so that's close enough. Let's try that again. $17.1. So I might increase it just a notch. So now it should give you closer to 9 grams per shot. 17.1. So it's not too bad. Usually it's 18. So now that I've changed it to around 2 o'clock rather than 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock should be giving you closer to 18. You can always hold, so press on and hold on the button to manually grind if you want to select the dose manually. Yeah, that's about 18. Cool. After the second dose, I'm going to try to flatten it with my palm, and then grab the tamper here and press it down. It looks very fine. It might actually be too fine, but we'll have to check by making a coffee. So I've pressed it down now and it's firm, it's nice and even. I know this is 18 grams because I use the scale, but if you don't have a scale at home, you can know that it's 18 grams because after you press it down, so which is what I did now, the tamper only goes as deep as the silver part right here. So, you know, more or less, it doesn't have to be exact. But this is sort of the depth your tamper should go if you have 18 grams. If you have more than 18 grams, so 19, 20, it'll be this high. And if you have less than 18 grams, the tamper will go very deep into the handle. So much lower than it is now. This is what 18 grams looks like. So about half a centimeter from the edge. Not sure if you can see, but yeah. And the surface needs to be flat, even, and clean. And I'm also going to clean the edges here. Screw it in. Screw it into at least 6 o'clock, and it'll actually go to 5 o'clock if you push it. But don't try to force it too hard. Here's my mug here. It's nice and warm. I'm just going to empty the hot water. If you like to add sugar or syrup, you should probably add it at this stage. Okay, forgot to mention, these buttons are programmable, so you can change them to whatever volume of coffee you want. If you ever want to reset the volume settings to factory, just hold this program button until the machine beeps. That will give you back your default settings. But I'm going to program it now to give me the correct amount for a double shot. So I've put in about 18 grams of ground coffee. I'm going to double that in terms of liquid espresso. So 18 grams in here. I want to get about 36 to 40 grams on this from here. That's sort of standard, a 2-to-1 ratio is standard. So I'm going to aim for that. And I want this 40 grams to come out in about 20 to 30 seconds. If it's faster than 20 to 30 seconds, that means the grind size is too fine and or the dose is too low. But it's probably the grind size because we've already dosed 18 grams, so that's out of the equation. So probably this is what I'm going to change. If it's too fast, if the 40 grams comes out in quicker than 20 seconds, I'm probably going to make this a notch finer. And on the other hand, if it takes longer than 30 seconds, then that means the grind size is too fine. So I'm going to make it one notch larger. Yeah, let's program and see how we go. I've reset my scale here just to confirm. But I know what 40 grams looks like to my eyes, so I'll stop the machine when it's about 40 grams. Keep an eye on the pressure gauge. You want it to be in the top range, and you want the flow to be nice and slow, which it's quite slow now. That means it's a bit too fine. So we can try that again. Trying to just tilt the cup so you can see. So I'll stop right there. That's about 35. We can try that again with a larger notch, with a larger grind size. So let's try grind size number 6. Okay. I'm trying to make this video as quick as possible, but I also want to show you how the machine actually is supposed to be used. So in this case, I noticed that the flow is a little bit too slow, so I'm gonna increase my grind size. I'm going to grab a different cup. Calibrate it again. Okay, let's try that again. So probably keep it here for best results. It'll give you around 8.5. Yep, so grind amount at 1 o'clock position now. That's 18.2, I'm happy with that. So let me just temp it down. And this is at grind size number 6. Hopefully it'll be a little bit quicker than before. Again, 18 grams of ground coffee in. I'm going to tamp it firmly, nice and even. Clean the edges. And only as you can see that the tamper only goes as deep as this silver part right here. Rinse. Okay. I'm going to reset my scale here. I'm going to try to program the cup again. Keep an eye on the gauge. You want it to be around 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Keep an eye on the flow. You want the flow to be nice and smooth. That's looking better already. So it's starting a little bit slow. It's gonna get quicker. That's about 35 seconds. Sweet. There we go. That's the espresso shot. Nice body, nice crema. Smells amazing. Yeah, so that's an espresso shot. Time to do the milk steaming now. You want to empty this into your bin or knockbox. I have a spare knockbox, so if you want one, just let me know. There we go. Okay, time to steam. So turn on the steamer. So once you start hearing the pump engage, that's full pressure. I'm going to turn it off and put the wand at an angle just close to the surface of the milk. Try to spin it in a vortex, sort of. I'm going to keep the wand close to the surface for about 20 seconds. I want to hear this hissing noise. This hissing noise means I'm injecting air into the milk. For a latte, you want to do this position for about 20 seconds, and then after that you just raise the jug, just stop the aeration, and now I'm only just heating the milk. If you do the aeration for longer, you'll get a cappuccino rather than a latte. And then when I can't touch the milk jug for more than half a second, I'm going to stop. Before letting the machine cool down, I'm going to quickly turn the steamer again, just to purge any hot water, purge any steam, purge any milk inside the steam wand. Yeah, a little bit too early in the morning. And now the machine has cooled down and it's gone back to coffee mode. You saw the buttons light up. Now it's ready to make another coffee. Here's the milk. I'm going to tap it down to break any bubbles and swirl it around to mix up the milk. This machine is quite capable of doing latte art with some practice. It's not too difficult. I'm not a barista, so I don't do latte art, but I've seen so many people do latte art with this machine, so if you're proficient with that, this is the right machine for you. Here's a latte. It always tastes amazing. I'm sure you'll enjoy the machine. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. But in the meantime, I'll see you soon. I forgot to mention, wipe the steam wand straight away because it gets really hot and the milk will stick onto it if you don't wipe it straight away. I forgot to do that, but yeah, I'm going to be wiping it now for you. Yeah, I'll see you soon. Cheers.